I want to turn now to a question no one thought that we'd be asking. Is it possible that Bill Clinton is now hurting his wife's campaign? The former president now distancing himself from his own controversial comments where he compared attacks on his wife with Republicans' quote, swift boating of John Kerry. And tonight he's even taking the blame for Hillary Clinton's failed 1993 health care plan.
She has taken the rap for some of the problems we had with health care last time that were far more my fault than hers. I mean, let's just face it.
All right, Ariana, is this the smart strategy? I mean, first of all, he's putting his foot in his mouth a little bit, and now it almost seems like he's coming out and he's saying, you know, not only do I not want to hurt the campaign, I want to make sure that Hillary is immunized from any attacks that she might receive for anything that occurred during my administration.
You know what that sounds like? It sounds like saying, don't blame the little woman, it's my fault. You know, that may work, you know, if you are late for dinner because your wife was taking too much time getting dressed, and you say it was my fault, you know, I was at the office.
Yeah.
But she's running for president. This is so disempowering. You know, as a woman, I find that really appalling. Well, the idea that somehow she can't stand on her own.
Pat, as one of the nation's great feminists, what do you make of that?
I think Ariana has finally nailed it. Look, here's what happened. I mean, the president came out and said, they piled on her the other night, and I was responsible for that. He seems to be putting a protective arm around, you know, the little girl that came home from school crying, and he's saying it's not her fault, I'll take responsibility. But she's running to be commander-in-chief of the armed forces and leader of the Western world. I mean,
he'll still be there.
Huh?
In fact, that is the other thing. Since the Clinton campaign doesn't do anything that is not based on real polling data, they must actually get polling data from what we hear show that he is a huge advantage, a huge asset, that they don't really trust her on her own.
But I think they were sorry.
There's the Democratic Party.
But there's no question they were sorry.
But he overstepped his bounds.
They didn't map it out enough.
Exactly. But the original idea that he would be there by her side, you know, giving her advice, kind of, he knew what it was like to be there.
But it's interesting, you see him speaking separately from her most of the time. I mean, that's the key, right, is that they're not standing right next to each other.
He's been chief surrogate and advisor, but now he's being the protector.
All right,
you know, he's the hunter-gatherer.
Bottom line.
She's out there.
Bottom line, Ariana, is he going to be a problem in this campaign?
I think it may be a bigger problem than we even know yet. Yes.
Yeah.
Pat, you agree?
He's a
Bill
great
Clinton
asset.
A problem?
He's a great asset in the primaries. From this, he could be a real problem in the general.
Really?
Yes, sir.
All right. Remember, Pat Buchanan's still getting 12% of the vote in the latest poll.
And holding.
And holding. Just waiting for Dan Abrams' support before he announces. Ariana and Pat Buchanan, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.